Alright guys, today we're going to start a series of videos about orientation at CFI. I was there for 4 days, 5 days if you count Friday when I had to get my truck. Um, we started on Tuesday. Usually they start on Monday, but we started on Tuesday because we went Memorial Day weekend. So some of this stuff's going to be varied. I think they just pushed everything back a day. Um, so I think they counted Friday kind of. And we finished up some stuff on Friday. But I think usually you finish stuff between Monday and Thursday. So it should be the same, just the days are bumped back instead of forward or whatever. But anyway, we're going to talk about orientation day one today. Let's talk about it. All right, another thing that was different for me that may be different for other people, I went to CFI's Orientation in Dallas. So it was a little bit more laid back. There wasn't as many bigwigs in Dallas as there is in Joplin. Like we only had to deal with a guy named Mark Lewis. Pretty cool guy. He's the instructor at the CFI yard in Dallas. He teaches the orientation class. All right, on day one, the first thing you're going to do is like medical stuff. For me, CFI got my drug test and stuff done the week before. So if you're free, they will schedule your they'll schedule your orientation. I mean your drug testing. It's hair follicle and it's urine. They'll schedule it before you ever go to orientation. Also, if you need a DOT physical, they will do DOT physicals that day too. So um, they will do what they will do. So if your medical card doesn't expire for for 3 months before school. So if on the date that you go to orientation, if your DOT physical has more than 3 months left on it, then you won't have to worry about getting a DOT physical. I don't know why I cut myself off there. Sorry about that, guys. Another thing you're gonna get into on day one is paperwork. You're gonna do a lot of paperwork. I would suggest reading over some of it because there are gonna be some things later on in the week where you might be like, "Hey, what about this?" And they're gonna be like, "Oh, didn't you read that paperwork we gave you on Monday? The paperwork we just put on your desk and told you to sign and date? Oh, yeah, it was in that." But all the paperwork is pretty much just sign and date. And if it needs any more work than that, at least in the Dallas yard, they if it needed any more work than a signature and a date, Mark pretty much walked us through it step by step. That's one good thing I can say about Mark is he's got this whole orientation process pretty streamlined. He's got it down pretty good. He knows exactly how to fill out every piece of paper, which way, and I guess that's his job, so he should. Another thing I'll cover in this video that I probably won't cover in the other ones is lunch is paid for throughout the week. And I know in Joplin, my buddy was telling me that they have like a cafeteria or whatever, and they give you meal credits. Well, in Dallas, he just takes you out to lunch and pays for it, but it's like an $8 limit. So the first day we went to Whataburger, the second day we went to Taco Casa, third day we went to Soul Man's Barbecue. The fourth day, no matter how much I tried to manipulate the dude, he would not take us out to eat on Friday. All right, another thing I learned on the first day, which may be an issue for some people, is uh, CFI has cameras. They have outward-facing cameras that run all the time, and they have inward-facing cameras. The inward-facing cameras don't work, I guess, unless you need them, unless you drive so bad that they have to turn them on. That is the only way that those cameras are going to be turned on. All right, another thing we did on this day was we watched a bunch of videos. The videos were basically one of them was about the Drive CFI webpage. The next one was about the permits department. Then we did one on the fuel department. Then there was one on operations. One note about fuel. I may make a whole video about fueling at CFI, But one thing about fueling at CFI is they only do pilots and flying J's. And I guess they do the Loves right there next to their Dallas terminal. But other than that, it's all Loves and I mean it's all flying J's and pilots. So luckily Pilot changed their shower policy recently, but I don't know if that would be a deal breaker for you. That'd be a weird deal breaker, but I like to put the information out there. And the last thing you do on the first day is you talk to someone from the recruiting department. And basically, what they do is they verify your work history and your traffic record, citations and whatnot. They went pretty in depth. They even found a something on there from New Mexico where I got a basically I had a permit that was expired, and they gave me one. They didn't give me a ticket or anything, but that was still on there. So I don't know. They go pretty in depth. Everybody in my class passed. I mean, and there was a guy there who had like 7 jobs in the last 2 years. So it's not. I don't know. It wasn't that bad, but they do go pretty in depth. I guess they just want to know everything. All right, guys, that's gonna about do it for the day one of orientation at CFI on the Dallas campus. Um, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put all the other days into one video or if I'm going to make an individual video for each one. I'm going to try to make an individual video for each day. The only issue with that is there's not a ton of content on each of those days. So we'll see how it goes. As always, I appreciate y'all watching. I really do. Another thing, this is a video, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace. Hey guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below. I love getting your comments. I always respond to them. And I appreciate any interaction with the video. Thanks guys. Talk to y'all next time.